Hi there, I'm Dr Michelle Sanson and I'll be teaching International Commercial Negotiation and Dispute Resolution in the middle 2 weeks of December this year. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about the course. We'll be covering both what I call front end and back end of commercial transactions. The front end is when you negotiate the deal, and the back end is when there's a dispute that needs resolving. From the front end, the negotiation side, it's a fundamental skill in life. It's especially complex when it comes to international commercial transactions. That's because particular words can have different meanings in different parts of the world, and commercial parties might have a totally different understanding of what they are agreeing to. So it's really important when you're negotiating in a commercial environment to make sure that the parties have a meeting of the minds on the terms that they're using. It's also complex because of cultural and linguistic barriers, and it may not be clear to the parties exactly what law should apply in practice to their agreement. In actual fact, the parties can choose. The courts around the world will usually respect the decision by the parties as to what law should apply and what courts, if any, should hear any disputes if they arise. So it leaves quite a lot of power in the hands of the parties, and that feeds back to when you're doing the negotiation at the beginning. That's the time to decide what dispute resolution methods should be used. And the choices of dispute resolution methods are many and varied. To name a few: litigation, arbitration, mediation, conciliation and negotiation. When you're deciding on what sort of method you should use, there's a lot of things to take into account. You want to know, is the tribunal going to be impartial? Does it have integrity? Does it have expertise in that specific area of international commerce that your dispute is involving? Is the process going to be fair? Will it be flexible? How correct will the outcome be? Or how correct does it need to be? Is it more important that you find something that's a commercial solution rather than necessarily one that's legally correct? But will the outcome itself be appropriate for the parties? Will it be enforceable? Will the agreement and the process by which it was made be confidential? And what about the parties? Are they going to have an ongoing commercial relationship that needs to be considered? Or is this it? So it doesn't matter how damaging the dispute resolution process is for them. The most popular dispute resolution method in international commerce is arbitration. And there's a few reasons for that. One is that you decide who decides. That is, you pick your judge, if you like. You pick the arbitrator in your agreement, and so you can pick the person who has the right expertise and someone that both parties really respect and agree upon. You can also decide on the procedure that's followed. Some commercial parties decide to resolve their dispute on documents only, so there's no face-to-face hearings. And also with arbitration, and probably most importantly, it's fairly straightforward to enforce any award that's made. There's an international convention called the New York Convention that makes it very straightforward to enforce awards. In fact, more straightforward than it is to enforce the award or the decision of a court in another country. In this course, what you will have the chance to do is to learn about each of the methods and try them yourself. Try your hand at mediation and arbitration, and then you will be able to make the decision yourself what sort of method is most suitable in each particular circumstances of dispute. So that's it for me for now. I look forward to seeing you in class.